The problem comes when they don't understand, or they know that if they don't obey you, you're not going to do anything. So it's better to get to the point where you're not issuing commands that will be unsuccessful. Every time you tell a dog to do something and it doesn't do it, it's like one brick and one slab of a mortar in a wall. And then, you might be like, let's say for instance, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to say it real quiet. I'll be like, oh, go sit down. And they don't. And then you just like, oh, well, he's not doing anything really bad, so I'll just ignore him. Well, all he knows is go sit down is an option. So, I used to get out of bed in the middle of the night when I would hear my dog walking around, and I'd say, go lay down. And if I could hear him still walking around, I would get out of bed. Sit. This guy's still working on sit. She's got it dialed in. But here's a good example. She's already down, because she's like super obedient, but he's more stubborn. Sit. Good. Pace is your friend. They just need to know that nothing's going to proceed until they do what you say. I didn't have to go over there and jerk them on the collar, get them to sit. And it's if you got to use force to control your dogs past a certain very limited point, past a certain limited point in their training, it's not going to last. You'll wear out before they do. So you just have to show them like, hey, look, this is just how it's going to be. Some dog trainers can get behavior that they can get the dog to do what you tell it, but the dog's psychology isn't connected. And all that's going to do is create suppressed stress. And you do not want to do that with these kind of dogs. You do not want to suppress these kind of dogs. And that's what a lot of force does. You want to cooperatively communicate with these kind of dogs and engage their instinctual ways in a healthy, controlled way. That not only builds trust, but it builds balance. And that way they have the behavior isn't an act, or it isn't a chore, or it isn't a job they do. It's just their natural state of cooperation.